I've been living solo on the road for 4 years now in this tiny 60 square foot trailer. Whew. So that's with Flynn, my dog, too. It's not just me. And people ask me all the time, do you feel safe? It's a natural question. Yes, I do most of the time, but that's not luck. I use habits. Sorry, the dog's playing. He's rolling around. I use habits, wisdom, prayer, and preparation. Today, I have 5 safety rules that I want to share with you that help me live without being scared. I'm safe, not scared. I made a simple solo travel safety checklist. It's not meant to scare you, it is to help you feel prepared. You'll find the link in the description in the pinned comment. Remember, prepared, not scared. Rule number 1, trust your gut. If a place feels off, I don't argue with it. Whether it's a campsite, trailhead, parking lot, rest area, same rule, always. I pause, I pay attention, what's around me, and I pray if I feel I need to. Let me give you a great example of when I had to use this. I was exhausted driving on the road. I could not keep my eyes open. Maybe you've had that happen to you too. So I said, all right, this is it. I have to pull over. I have to rest or I'm going to have an accident. So I pull over in the rest area. I get all situated, a little bit in the shade, the best I could. I put up the window screen to help cut down the sun and the glare and everything. And then I look around and I see a truck with a trailer with equipment on it and a bunch of men, 5 or 6 men at least, and they were staring at me. Thought, okay, maybe they're just trying to see who pulled up. So then I just did a couple more things to try to get settled. And then I looked back over and I didn't feel comfortable. So I said a prayer and my answer was to move on. God gave me the adrenaline, right? It pumped right up. And so I took down the window cover and I just went on my way. And then I stayed awake. Maybe it was nothing. I didn't need to prove anything. So is this fear or is this a warning? One thing you can ask yourself, right? I don't owe a sketchy place the benefit of the doubt. There's always another place. There's not another you. Rule number 2, arrive before dark. I try to arrive before dark. I could see the road conditions around there. I could see who else is already there. I can walk Flynn. I always do that before I unhook or anything like that. Before I get settled, I take Flynn around for a walk and I get a feel for the neighborhood that I'm in. I can get settled before I'm tired. And also everything is just so much harder in the dark. Daylight gives me options. Darkness takes those options away. Rule number 3, keep it simple enough to leave. I don't want camp to become a big production. Keys have to have a place. The leash has to have a place. Phone is charged, ready to grab and go if I need to. Shoes have to be easy to find. And some of this is just even if you take your dog out in the middle of the night in case they have tummy problems like my boy, right? Now, if weather changes or a place feels wrong, I want to be able to go. No problems. Nothing's slowing me down. This is not dramatic. It's just a habit that I've created and it's paid off. I don't want to be trapped by my own stuff. Comfort is nice, but being able to leave matters more. This is why I made the solo travel checklist. It helps you think before you're tired or nervous or anxious. Keys, leash, backup spot, daylight, water, gas, cell service. Subscribe if this is helpful. Rule number 4, Flynn helps. Now, Flynn helps me feel less alone for sure. He's my best friend, my best buddy in the world. We have whole conversations. They're pretty one-sided, but you know. He notices things. He hears things that I don't hear ahead of time. He gives me company, but he is not responsible for my safety. Let me say that again. Flynn is not responsible for my safety. My job is to make wise choices so he doesn't get put in bad situations. My dog is part of my peace, but he is not my whole safety plan. Rule 5, privacy online. I don't post exact location in real time, right? I often post after I leave because that's fine. I'm on my way somewhere else. I keep locations general, not specific. Definitely don't do a dropped pin or anything like that. Trusted family and friends can locate me at any time they want. between the Apple Maps and Google Maps. Strangers online do not need that information. I don't owe them anything. So share the story, but protect the details. Trusted people can know where I am. Strangers online do not need to. All right, so beyond Rule 5, I have a bonus for you too. Slow and steady always wins. I don't travel 500 miles a day or even 400 miles a day or even 300. I travel 150 to 200 miles a day. That way I could still work. I could take my time. I could stop with Flynn. There's no stress. It's just a simple way to do it. Boring safety, that stuff matters. It's worth it. Weather, gas, water, self-service tires, all of those are things to check. I always check my tires every time before I move. Not really the SUV so much because it's got the warning. It can give you a heads up. But for the trailer, I check it because I only have the 2 tires. One blows out, I'm in trouble. But I just check and knock on wood, I've never had any tire problems. So I'm very careful about that. This gives me time to stop with Flynn and take care of him if I need to. I can arrive before dark as well. So all the things I just talked about, that just doing the shorter version of a trip, it's worth it. It lets me do all of those safety rules and follow them like religiously. When I camp, there's a couple simple deterrents that I have as well. So I have a slide lock on my door. I have a wheel lock that goes on the wheel. There's a couple of other things. I lock up, if it's not attached to the SUV anymore, I lock up the front of the trailer so that they can't get into it. I do the chains, all sorts of things. So it's a couple extra steps, but it gives me peace of mind. This is my home. If this goes towing away with somebody else, I've got a problem. Tired people do not make the best decisions. Simple deterrents help, but they don't replace wisdom. Safety is not just about checklists. It's also listening to God's nudge. Being humble enough to change plans is important too. You have to be flexible and humble. Here's the 5-rule review. Trust your gut quickly. Arrive before dark when possible. Keep your setup simple enough to leave. Flynn helps, but wisdom comes first. Share the story, protect the details. I've put that solo travel safety checklist down below. It's a freebie, no obligation. I just want you to have it in case you want to try to do this camping or travel life or whatever. You don't have to live scared. You don't have to be careless. Bravery is not carelessness. Have a peaceful middle ground. Have a look around and let me know if you have any questions. This is Flynn approved, by the way. Right? You don't. Mommy's gotta stop being silly.